The majority of Americans over age 65 are likely to need it, but many don't know how they'll afford it and don't realize that Medicare does not cover long-term care services. Sharon Epperson has more on what to consider.
Stan Horowitz's family didn't have a plan for his father's long-term care until there was a crisis.
Just after July 4th in 2016, his life changed in a big way.
That's when his father fell, setting off a cascade of medical issues. He was never able to return home, and moving to an assisted living facility drained his dad's savings.
He whittled through $300,000 in 4 years.
Inflation is making long-term care even more costly. Already, the national average cost of a nursing home is over $100,000 a year. And few long-term care insurance policies have unlimited coverage. For a new policy with a $165,000 benefit, a 55-year-old could pay $45,000 in premiums by the time they turn 85.
Long-term care is just so expensive.
Tom Beauregard recalls when his parents were in their early 80s. Dementia and heart disease required them to have daily care, but they didn't have long-term care insurance to pay for it.
It was chaos trying to figure this out as a family.
He founded a company to help middle-class families know their options.
You need objective experts to help you understand how to make transition plans, how long you can keep people at home safely, what kind of services you can bring in.
And how to pay for it. From traditional long-term care insurance to hybrid products that cover care and provide a death benefit for beneficiaries if care is not needed. There are also inflation riders that can increase benefits up to 5% every year. Without savings or insurance, Stan Horowitz's dad must now rely on Medicaid to pay for his skilled nursing care.
If you could go back now, before 2016 when your father fell, what would you do differently now?
I would have that hard conversation with my dad about his planning and his finances.
Stan's dad is now 93. He's 61 and has already planned ahead for covering his own long-term care costs if needed. He's paying premiums on a policy offered by his employer. Melissa?
Sharon, what a difficult topic and one that everybody's dealing with. More and more people, in fact, are dealing with aging parents in need of long-term care. Does that mean demand for this kind of insurance is also going up?
Well, Melissa, CNBC producer Stephanie Du and I actually wanted to report this story because we're going through it personally. So many people, as you say, are going through these issues in their families. And what we're finding is we are going to have more older Americans very quickly needing long-term care services. By 2020, all boomers will be over 65. A few years later, older adults will actually outnumber children that are under the age of 18. So what we're seeing is a demand for long-term care services and people trying to figure out how they're going to be able to afford it. That's why we're seeing a lot more variation on the types of products that are being offered. No longer just standalone long-term care policies, but those that are combined with life insurance policies, offering a death benefit, offering cash value that allows you to build up some investments to then use for long-term care. It is a very difficult thing to figure out, but if you don't figure it out, you can deplete your retirement savings pretty quickly.
Shepard Smith here. Thanks for watching CNBC on YouTube.